Spaced Out, Baby's Final LSD Trip by Don Canaan and Tessa Osborne. Copyright 2018 by Don Canaan. Narrated by Daniel Francis. 1945. Baby sat at his California home's kitchen table staring at Wonder Woman's breasts and lasso, his Wonder Woman comic book collection spread before him. As he flicked through its pages, he tried to ignore his mother's sobbing that was coming from her bedroom. If women, like Wonder Woman, were superheroes, then what was his mother? Baby didn't think beating her son on a regular basis made anybody a hero, but he wasn't sure. A few hours earlier, 2 men in army uniforms had knocked on Baby's decrepit front door. His mother immediately ordered Baby to his bedroom. He didn't come out until he heard her run sobbing into her room, slamming the door behind her. She hadn't come out since. Alone, ignored, and uncared for, 10-year-old Baby glanced around the decrepit 2-bedroom hellhole in which he lived. He hated the way the house made him feel. It was always dirty and it smelled. But his mother cared more about the bottle than about her home, and his father was in Europe fighting a war that Baby knew too much about for such a young boy. Annoyed with his life, his home, and his mother, Baby ran out, slamming the door and grabbing his bike. Halfway down the dirt road connecting his house to town, Baby found his 5 friends with their bicycles waiting for him. Approaching, he heard his friend Petey, the group's self-proclaimed leader, bragging about the news that he heard earlier on the radio. It wasn't lost on any of the boys that their parents thought them too young to know anything about the war overseas. And they said Jews are being gassed. They're actually killing these people. Children, too, Petey was saying. "Hey, Frank," Petey yelled as Baby appeared. Frank was his real name, the one on his birth certificate, and the one he preferred to give his friends. But his family always called him Baby. He wasn't sure why. "Hey, guys," Baby said. Everybody in the group waved and made room for Baby in their circle. "Hey, your dad is over fighting the war on Hitler, right?" Petey asked. "Yeah, Petey. He's been over there for a few months." "Have you heard from him? Has he said anything about how they're gassing all those Jewish people? I heard that they're ripping them from their homes and sending them to live in camps." Had Baby heard from his father? He figured he had after the way his mother acted this morning. He figured it wasn't good news, but he didn't want to share that with his friends. After all, Baby wasn't even sure his father dying was a bad thing, given the way he sat back and let his mother beat the living shit out of him every day. "Nah, we haven't heard from him. It's busy over there, you know, trying to fight Germany and all," Baby answered. Sure. If you hear anything, though, the Nazis are shipping these people to camps in cattle trains," Petey said. Baby thought Petey's fascination with the war against the Jews over in Europe was a little strange, but Petey was a rather strange kid. Luckily, the conversation about the war seemed to wane, and the group of boys decided they had better things to do. They hopped on their bikes and rode toward town, joking about the money they would steal today. Petey wanted to try to buy beer with the cash he was sure he could grab, but Baby liked the thrill of taking the money from purses. Usually, when women were shopping, they would leave their handbags in the shopping carts and turn their backs. The boys swiped the Broman pocketbooks without anybody noticing. They mostly spent the stolen money on comic books, gum, and junk food. But today, Petey said he wanted to try to buy alcohol from a guy who he thought would sell it to them. Baby wasn't sure Pete knew what he was talking about, but he was the one who came up with the idea to steal the cash. So usually, Baby shrugged and went along with whatever Pete said. It was when Baby grabbed a tan and green wallet from a rich woman's purse that a police officer slapped him on the shoulder. "Drop the wallet, son." "Oh, hell," Baby thought. "If Mom finds out I've done this, I won't survive the night." Baby knew his mother was waiting for the day she could kill him. He figured that day was about to arrive soon, what with his father probably being
Sample complete. Ready to continue?